Balkan Green Foundation organized the 7th annual regional competition of the Philanthropy for the Green Ideas in Mavrovo, Macedonia during July 2018. The competition is a regional collaboration between multiple NGOs and individuals spread across the Western Balkans who compete on winning the opportunity to turn their green, innovative ideas into reality. One of the criteria to be selected as the winning project is demonstrating the potential for an exceptional impact on the community. For 2018, 3 winning projects selected by independent international jury received funds up to $10,000 each.
Level of sophistication was incredibly high. I think it was a very competitive pool, really creative ideas, really dynamic presentations across the board. So it was very difficult to choose.
Yeah, there are quite a few projects that stuck with me.
I was really struck by the quality.
The first place was granted to the Green Aid project by Andi Krasnici, which explores the creation of a prototype that purifies the air from cars emitting large amounts of CO2.
The most of people said this is not going to go good, also this is not going to happen. The most was negative. Okay, it's too good to be true, but we did it.
The second winning project was Urban Village Story by Darko Savelic, a nature-friendly donkey farm offering protection to the Balkan breed against extinction.
There is no zoo in Podgorica or in Montenegro, and this is only one destination in Montenegro where families with children can come to enjoy nature, to enjoy village and to see something new. My farm is sustainable thanks to selling of milk and creams and some souvenirs. I want to teach people how you can use nature on a proper way and how your footprint can be zero.
The third winning project was Super Gem by Mailinda Avdiu, which treats recycling organic waste, having a direct impact on environmental protection and turning it into gem.
So I couldn't believe that I will be the winner of this competition.
The competition had a variety of forward-looking ideas from diverse perspectives and backgrounds, all of which explore the role of philanthropy and the means to engage local communities for the betterment of the society. Ivana Dragovic, with her project titled Precious Plastic, wants to mobilize young people in Montenegro to protect the planet by stopping plastic waste pollution and creating a sustainable world to live in. The project of Dino Dizdarevic entails the urban organic production of herbs, spices, vegetables and microgreens, having as a social impact the empowerment of people with disabilities.
It's basically social business. Most of our production is based on people with disability, so we produce organics, microgreens and herbs with social impact of making job for people with disabilities.
Recycling Soldier Fly was the project of Petar Martinovic, which had as an aim to find sustainable alternative to fish meal.
Feedback is very extreme, so either it's going to go like to, oh my god, that's gross, or either it's going to go like, oh my god, that's brilliant. So it's nothing in between. So that was my fear at the beginning, because I didn't know if the juries, like in final competition in Serbia that we had previous to this, if they're going to be grossed out or amazed. So luckily to me, they were very interesting. They really liked the idea.
Rajko Kecman, through his project Urban Roofs and Greens, wants to save Banja Luka from air pollution and destruction of green areas using the best ecologically acceptable and biodegradable materials.
Go green, go strong, recycle material.
Maria Matevska, with the project Zero Waste Designs for All, presented the idea of raising the awareness for the necessity of creating adaptable designs for people with disabilities.
We can use everything that is not usable for the textile industry, and also in the same time create clothing and designs that can help a lot of marginalized groups. The motivation for my adaptable clothing designs, it's to see, as I said to my presentation, to see the Balkans coming with something innovative, something for everyone, and destroying barriers through this kind of new adaptable clothing for disabled people.
Ensar Percho, with the project Chicken Paws Processing, has as a mission to minimize the pollution generated by local and regional food industry, combining efficiency with eco-friendly production.
Working hard can make excellent results, and not only working hard but also working smart, which means using opportunities on the market which no one else is using. So for example, that's why we're dealing with chicken feet, because in Bosnia, in Serbia, in Montenegro, basically Balkans, but Europe as well, there's not enough plants that are actually processing this type of biodegradable waste, whilst in the same time it actually poses a real threat to our environment, because it's not only rotting, but it's also decaying the land. Especially for Balkans, we need our economy to improve, and it won't improve by itself. The willpower is #1 factor in it. If we have enough willpower, we're gonna do it. If we don't have willpower, nobody can invest in us.
Photoprint 3D was the project of Milan Petrovic, which examines the usage of technology and its means of turning plastic into things that matter.
Definitely, the 3D printing is a thing of imagination, and plastic is actually becoming the material of the future of the 21st century, not only garbage, and that's actually what inspires me the most. Being an educator, I want to put this technology in the hands of the most creative population, and it's the young ones. They know what is needed out there.
EcoChild, the project of Jasmina Glavinchevska, focuses on producing plantable paper products for kids.
Teaching the children how to recycle, to put the paper in the bin, right? So our part is to make the thing more fun for them and to design the bins, and to involve them by collecting the paper, but also to explain that these are the products that came from the paper that they throw, and after that they will be motivated to plant the paper also and cultivate plants in their gardens.
Zona Hamza's project, Recycle and Create, aimed to find a solution to plastic pollution and also educate the future generations about the importance of recycling.
And I believe that it will be a great awareness to educate the youth, as the change starts from them, not from older people.
Miho Ilic, with his project New Life for Old Olives, aims to revitalize old olive trees and start producing olive oil, but also conserve agricultural landscape and cultural heritage.
You plant the olives for your grandchildren.
As a former PGI winner, Pezana Regia, with her project Pana Storytelling Souvenirs, aims to produce souvenirs through wooden waste and thus create handmade eco-friendly products.
Pana was created because of Partners Albania and the Rockefeller Brother Foundation 5.5 years ago, and now I'm still in the same steps to bring to life Pana Storytelling Souvenirs.
Aleksandar Stjepanovic, with his project Zanateria, wants to create a community and an online store for all small-scale craft producers who can't enter large distribution chains. In a digitalized world, the project aims to create a network for consumers to facilitate the purchase of local and unique products. Albi Suljo presented the idea of creating the first aloe vera saponeria farm in Albania, for which he aspires to be a successful role model for every Albanian farmer. He wants to stimulate them to use their abandoned lands and be part of this potential profitable agriculture entrepreneurship.
It's a pleasure for me to be here. It was a nice experience. I also had the chance to see new ideas and good ones.
Kristina Todorova, with her project idea, aims to make the gajun, a wonderful product made from grape malt syrup and reishi mushrooms, which she states that it is a treasury of nutrients. Green Paths, the project of Alex Tane from Albania, aims to offer tourist packages and maps of the permit district in one pocket guide. Through his project, Alex wants to provide a better experience for visitors, with hopes of turning it into an enhanced loyalty to the place. The jury, consisting of experts in various fields, engaged in passionate discussions and worked long hours, all to select the PGI winners of 2018. They focused foremost on the project content and the impact in respective local communities while selecting the winners. However, they were pleased on the ambitious aims of other participating projects as well.
In terms of the presentation, I think they are sticking more strictly to the criteria which are given by Balkan Green Foundation, so they are making a bigger effort to answer all the potential questions and issues. So that's great. That's what I mean by the fact that they're becoming more professional. In terms of the content or the types of project being presented, I would say there's probably a similarity. There's some common themes like organic farming, ecotourism, crafts, recycling, a lot of plastics recycling, composting, this kind of thing. In terms of technology, there's always a couple of technology projects, but most of them tend to be in these other areas I've described. So I think there's probably quite a lot of similarity in terms of the content, but as I said, the presentation is getting really very good.
It was very interesting to see the variation of ideas, and but at the same time seeing commonalities between different challenges faced by different geographies and how they dealt with similar solutions. It was very interesting to see the complexity of some ideas and the level of detail in some proposals that I did not expect in some cases. More of the ideas would be worthy of the price. It would be ideal to see more of them being able to be supported in this way. Of course, it's very positive that both the national foundations as well as the visibility that they might get from this competition might help to support these ideas. Of course, it was very good to have the ability to ask questions and be able to limit the conditions under which the prize was awarded, and the fact that there were specific criteria was also very helpful.
I think it's great to see that many of the projects have a very kind of developed approach toward kind of inclusion and equity and gender equity in particular. So I think that's great, and hopefully that's something that we'll see carry forward and increase over the years.
Some of the presentations that they were, as I said before, they were simplifying our job by guiding us through the thought process, through the history of the project, through the various criteria, through the environmental impact, through the social impact. So they made our job a lot easier.
I guess I'll echo Jesse's advice, which is practice and practice. And then I think the other piece of advice is to take advantage of the resources and the ingenuity that's in the room. So I know it's hard because some of us are shy and nervous, but talk to the other competitors about their ideas, find ways maybe to kind of work together in the future to share knowledge, because there's just there's so much knowledge and creativity there, so take advantage of that space.
It would be very important to work with the national foundations to get as much as possible out of the resources which are available to them through these competitions, as well as try to learn from the previous competitions through looking back at videos or reading about previous ideas, so as to understand what is expected of them once they arrive here.
I would continue to demonstrate the very positive qualities which we've already seen, demonstrate passion. I could only endorse the topic rehearsing. I would say focus on the main points which are in the catalogue of questions. Maybe a little bit more focus on the economic viability, because that is, or the business model, because that is I think the issue that led to the most questions amongst the jury this year. And but it's great. So more of the same, please.
I would like to hear myself next year, should I be sitting in the room, is more focusing a bit on the societal impact of the project. So that besides helping myself as a startup businessman or woman, what will be the social impact? How my project helps making society better, or makes helping making the country or the city or the region a better place? I think that would be great to hear. Of course, you need to privatize the profit, but you need to socialize the benefits.
Over the years, the PGI has strongly supported the initiation of the development for more than 20 successful business ideas, which continue to thrive and be in quest for incremental growth on the local and regional level as well. Philanthropy for Green Ideas is a project of the Balkan Green Foundation, supported by Western Balkan program of the Rockefeller Brothers Fund.